Well, all right. We're doing it for America and only America, only America, only America, America, America.
Illuminati is a thing you need to watch out for. They want to depopulate and slave us so much more. World domination, I'll get into that later. I'm hardcore, fierce and sexy. You're just a hater. You deserve the ridicule because you're an absolute zero. I'm the keeper of the chalice, a rock and roll hero. I'm not an idiot nobody listens to, because I'm not a failure in life like you. Let's talk about Bill Gates and the mark of the beast and the orgies in the streets at the Catholic feasts and Bill and Hillary's human trafficking ring. And George Soros got the money to pay for everything. Socialism is for losers, working for the devil. Chumps that can't fight, they ain't on my level. It takes an evil one to try to debunk and doubt it, so I'd rather die than stop talking about it. Watch out, watch out, watch out, watch out. Watch out for the Illuminati. Watch out, watch out, watch out, watch out. Watch out for the Illuminati. Watch out, watch out, watch out, watch out. Watch out for the Illuminati. Watch out for the Illuminati.
You know, I'm not a lesbian or even a lady. I'm just a boring white guy still trying to figure it out, but I have scissored in prison cells with school shooters. And that's the thing the MAGA Republicans will never have the courage to do. I can also pinch my nipples. I don't want to see, because I'll do it.
Well, all right. We're doing it for America and only America. This is the MC Too Tall Show with your hardcore, fierce, and sexy host that is never gross, MC Too Tall. Okay. Iran has been bombed out and the Ayatollah is dead. Dead. The Ayatollah is dead. Ayatollah Khamenei is dead. And America is going to be a safer place for it. Americans are going to be in safer conditions worldwide because of it. The mullahs of Iran hated the United States due to their alliance and hospitality to the Shah of Iran, who died in 1980. And with the death of the Shah came a demand for the Shah's wealth. Jimmy Carter paid a ransom, and even after that ransom was paid, the Iranian hostages the American hostages that were held in Iran for that ransom were not released until after Jimmy Carter was out of office, as an extra slap in the face to Jimmy Carter. And also a fear of Ronald Reagan, because Ronald Reagan, back then, in 1981, when he took office, would have done what Trump did yesterday morning, back then. But, as luck would fall, Iran got scared, returned the hostages. And, Iran probably thought Trump was bluffing. They called Donald Trump's bluff. Trump had to act. And now Iran is no longer being run by these mullahs. Now, the key is to put some form of resistance group in its place. Perhaps the Shah's son, put him, the Crown Prince of Iran, put him in place and make it some sort of constitutional monarchy, kind of like jolly old England over there, or the UK. I mean, it's just an idea being thrown out there. It's up to Iran what they want to do, but what they can't be is anti-American scum building nuclear weapons and going right back to the drawing board and building nuclear weapons after their development facilities have been dismantled, which is exactly what they were doing. This is nipping something in the bud. Iran really was building nukes. I mean, the Saddam Hussein thing with Iraq, that was bogus. We didn't belong there. We didn't need to destabilize the Middle East. But this is something different from Iraq. Iran and Iraq have always been totally different situations. Okay? The Shah was not mean to his people. The Shah was only mean to people who were trying to spread radical Islamist propaganda throughout Iran. And obviously, when the radical Islamist propagandists became militant and took over Iran, we saw what happened. From 1979 all the way up to now, they became the haters of everything that is not of that radical Islamic belief. And maybe Israel benefits a little bit from it, but here is the thing. My stance on the whole Israel/anti-Israel thing goes as follows. And I'm going to make enemies on both sides of the wall, bitter enemies on both sides of the wall. People are going to hate me. Matter of fact, the pro and anti-Israel people might become friends, having me as a common enemy, and even try to not only slander me, but kill me for what I'm about to say. I recognize that there are people in this world, some of whom have unjustified dual citizenship, that believe that Israel should have it their way all the time. There are people who believe Israel should have it their way all the time. I'm one of those people that believe that Israel wants it their way all the time, but they can't have it their way all the time and shouldn't have it their way all the time. And there has to be a bigger scope, and they can't have it their way if it's at the expense of the American people. I believe that. I understand that. But on the same token, if there is something that actually and factually benefits the United States and me as an individual, I am not going to do without it and suffer the consequences of being without that benefit if Israel also happens to benefit from that same thing that also benefits me as a person. So I wouldn't consider myself pro-Israel as far as just giving away the store. And there are people that do want to give away the whole store to Israel. But I don't believe in obliterating and destroying Israel either. I believe they are a sovereign nation that should exist. I don't believe they're our strongest ally, but they are an ally amongst allies, some who are better, some who are not as good. And they should continue to exist as a sovereign nation. And that's my take on that matter. With that said, just because Iran may have been an enemy of Israel, it does not mean they were not also an enemy to the United States. They have been an enemy of the United States since 1979. When they overthrew the Shah, they should not have overthrown the Shah. They should have left the Shah in place, but they overthrew the Shah, replaced him with the Ayatollah Khomeini, who then died in 2009, and his spot was taken over by the Ayatollah Khamenei. And, Ayatollah Khamenei proved to be an even meaner and more ruthless person than Khomeini. He had a kinder, gentler face, but was meaner and more ruthless, if you could believe that. I always thought that B. Arthur could have played the Ayatollah Khomeini. They had the same eyebrow thing going on. But anyway, I digress on that, but we're going to move on with this story here. American bombers just swooped in, bombed the shit out of things, as Donald Trump had promised years ago. So the planes that Donald Trump sends do not carry pallets of cash. Same cannot be said about the Obama administration. And so, here we are. Iran's supreme leader, its faux religious leader, is now dead. And because of the belief that you meet 17 virgins when you die is bogus, and the belief that bad people get chained to the lake of fire in hell is real, Israel, that's where Khamenei, I personally suspect, may be at the present time. The lake of fire, fire, cleanse with fire. And this is actually good news for the American people, for John Krantz, that's me talking about myself in third person, and for the world as a whole, for humanity as a whole. Humanity was saved by plucking out that one glitch in humanity, that one detriment to humanity, Ayatollah Khamenei. That Kermit the Frog, that bearded Kermit the Frog with glasses. And so, I don't believe in dancing on the graves of the dead. But let's face it, the world will become a safer, more stable place. This is not a destabilization of the Middle East like what George Bush did. There will not be uprisings of new hate groups that will become any sort of prominent enemy force against the United States. These people who are actually an enemy of the United States and the American people, innocent people just going to work, are now safer because this man is now gone. And now more than ever, I am a Trump supporter. More reason to like and support the greatest American president of the 21st century, Donald Trump. Respect God, watch out for the Illuminati, like, follow, share, comment, subscribe. Don't be a coward, don't be gross, stay strong, keep kicking that slang. It's your boy in the building, hip-hop legend, recording engineer, underground rock and roll hero, founding father figure of industrial rap and New York City goth scene ambassador, MC Too Tall. You're safe out there now.